Good afternoon, children. Welcome to Social Science online classes. In the last section, we discussed about the climate and the soils of Karnataka. In climate, we also learned about the seasons and different types of soils we have discussed. So in this session, we'll discuss about the natural vegetation and animal resources of Karnataka. So let's begin with natural resources. Natural resources. What do you mean by natural resources? Natural resources means the plants and the trees which grow by themselves without the interference of the human beings or without the help of human beings. They are called as natural vegetation. What is natural vegetation? The plants and the trees which grow by themselves without the help of human beings is called as natural vegetation. The natural vegetation of Karnataka is divided into 4 different types. The first one is evergreen forests, deciduous forest, mixed forests and the grasslands and shrubs. These are the 4 different types of natural vegetations of Karnataka. Now let's discuss about the evergreen forest. Evergreen forest. Why these forests are called as evergreen? Evergreen, the name itself indicates that the forest always looks green. Why it looks green? Why does it looks always green? Because the trees in the evergreen forest appear green always. Why? Because due to heavy rainfall and high temperature, the trees are always green. This type of forest we find in the areas where the rainfall is about 250 centimeters. Where the rainfall is 250 centimeters annually. Okay, there we find evergreen forest. The trees in the evergreen forest shed their leaves at a different time. So always it appears green. Since the temperature is high and rainfall is heavy, we find tall trees in the evergreen forest and also the forest is dense or thick. These are thick forest. The trees in the evergreen forest the evergreen forest forms the different layers. That is emergent layer. The forest in the evergreen forest forms different layers of trees. That is, first one is emergent layer, second one is canopy layer, and the third one is shrub layer, and the fourth one is forest ground layer. The tallest trees in the evergreen forest, form the emergent layer. They are tall. Okay. Then coming to canopy layer, I'll just explain it here. The forest. Okay. See here. These are the tall trees. These are the tall trees in the evergreen forest, and these are this type of trees which shed their leaves broadly. It is called as canopy layer, and this is shrub layer. Okay, this is a shrub layer, and totally to the ground, that is a forest floor. This is which layer? Emergent layer. This is canopy layer. This is shrub layer. shrub layer. This is forest floor. That is the floor of the forest. See here, emergent layer, the tallest trees. Here what happens in evergreen forest, the sun rays does not reach the forest floor. Why? Because since the trees form a different layer in the evergreen forest, first emergent layer, the sun rays, this layer gets sufficient sunlight. The emergent layer gets sufficient sunlight. This layer, the sun rays which penetrate through this layer, pass through this layer, falls on the canopy layer. Whereas this canopy layer receives the less sun rays than the emergent layer. Okay. After the canopy layer, the shrub layer. Wherever there is a space in between the canopy layer, what happens? The sun rays pass through this layer and reach the shrub layer. Little sun rays. This shrub layer receives little sun rays. Then the forest layer. Usually what happens? The forest floor does not receive the sun rays at all, because the above three layers of the forest, they block the sun rays. They avoid the sun rays reaching from the forest floor. So what happens? The sun rays rarely reach the forest floor in the evergreen forest. Okay. Then what type of trees do we find in evergreen forest? In evergreen forest we find rosewood, mahogany, teak, kino, etc. Some other types of trees also we find in the evergreen forest. And the area where the evergreen forest is distributed. Evergreen forest is distributed in Uttar Karnataka district, Dakshina Kannada district, Shimoga district, Hassan, Chikkamangaluru, Kodagu district and some other districts of Karnataka. Okay, this is what about the evergreen forest. Coming to deciduous forest. The second forest type is deciduous forest. Deciduous forests are also called as monsoon forest. Why they are called as a monsoon forest? Because the trees in these forests depend upon the monsoon rain. The trees in these forests depend upon the monsoon rain. And where do we find the deciduous forest? Deciduous forests are found in the areas where they receive the rainfall from about 60 to 120 centimeters annually. The area which receives 60 to 120 centimeters annually, there we find the deciduous forest. Okay. So these deciduous forests, they do not appear green throughout the year. They appear in different colors according to the season. This is why, because the trees in the deciduous forest shed their leaves at a different time. Okay. The trees in the deciduous forest shed their leaves at a time, season wise. In monsoon season, they receive the rainfall, and usually what happens in a hot season, that is in summer seasons, what happens? They start shedding their leaves. So the deciduous forest do not appear the same color throughout the year. They appear in different color. Why? Because the trees in the deciduous forest shed their trees at a time. At a time they shed their leaves. And when the trees are shedding their leaves, the forest appears green in color. Okay. And when the leaves get dried up and they are about to fall, what happens? When the leaves are dried up, it appears in yellow color. So the deciduous forest appear in yellow and green color according to the season. Okay, the trees in deciduous forest are not so tall due to scanty of rainfall and dry weather. What happens? The trees are not very tall, and these forests are not a dense forest. They are not the thick forest. Okay, here what type of trees do we find in deciduous forest? Neem, mango, jack, sandal, bamboo, and some other types of trees we find in deciduous forest. And coming to the distribution of deciduous forest. In Karnataka, deciduous forests are found in Chikmagaluru district, Mysuru, Chamarajanagar, Tumkuru, and some other places in Karnataka. Okay. Now coming to mixed forest. These mixed forest means this type of forest. In this type of forest, what happens? We find the trees which are grown in evergreen forest as well as in deciduous forest. Okay, the trees which are grown in deciduous forest and evergreen forest are grown in mixed forest. This type of, and where do we find this type of forest? Mixed forest. Mixed forests are found in the areas where they receive the rainfall of about 120 centimeters to 150 centimeters. Okay, 120 centimeters to 150 centimeters, where the area receives the rainfall of about 120 centimeters to 150 centimeters. There we find the mixed forest. And the distribution of forest in Karnataka, mixed forest in Karnataka, we find mixed forest in Uttara Kannada, Dakshina Kannada, Chikmagaluru, Hasana, Kodagu, and some other part of our Karnataka. Okay. Now coming to grasslands and shrubs. Where do we find these grasslands and shrubs? We find this type of forest or this type of vegetation, grassland and shrub vegetation, where the area receives less than 60 centimeters of rainfall. Where do we find? In the area where it receives less than 60 centimeters of rainfall. Here what happens? Due to dry weather and scanty rainfall, the rainfall in such areas are very less rainfall it receives and the weather is dry, so we do not find much of the vegetation in this area. And what type of vegetation do we find in grasslands? We find cactus, babul, palm, acacias, and some other thorny bush type of vegetation we find in grasslands. And coming to the distribution of grasslands and shrubs in Karnataka. This type of vegetation in Karnataka is found in Bidar district, Yadgiri district, Raichur, Koppal, and Vijaypura district. Okay, so these are the four different types of forest which we find in Karnataka. Okay. So now coming to the recorded forest area of Karnataka. Okay. The recorded forest area of Karnataka is 43.4 lakh square kilometers. What is the recorded forest area of Karnataka? That is 43.4 lakhs square kilometers. And it forms a total geographical area of about 22.5 22.6%. What is the total geographical area? That is 22.6%. Okay. Karnataka occupies the 7th place in the forest resource in India. What? The Karnataka occupies the 7th place. Okay. Then Uttara Kannada district. Uttara Kannada district is the has the maximum forest area. Uttara Kannada district has the maximum forest area, and Vijaypura district has the least forest area. That is very less forest area. Okay, this is about the natural vegetation of Karnataka. Okay, now we'll discuss about the animal resources. Okay, animal resources of Karnataka. Animal resources of Karnataka. Karnataka has a variety of animal resources. What? Karnataka has the variety of animal resources. Why? Because Karnataka has abundant forest land. Karnataka has abundant forest land, so Karnataka has a rich animal resources. The Sahyadris, we studied about the Sahyadris. Sahyadris, that is Sahyadris. In Sahyadris, we find a variety of animal resources. Wild animals we find, as well as we also find many variety of birds also. This Sahyadris has been declared as a World Heritage Area. Sahyadris has been declared as a World Heritage Area. Okay. Nearly 25% of the animal population, that is how much? Nearly 25% of the animal population and 10%, that is 10% of the tiger population in the entire country is found in Karnataka. 10% of tiger population and animal population in the entire India. This is the percentage of animal found and 10% of tigers in the entire country is found in Karnataka only. Okay. Then coming to, we find variety of snakes also we find in the forest of Karnataka. Apart from the snakes, colorful birds are also seen in the forest. Okay, the central part of Western Ghats is called as the Malnad region. What it is called? The central part of the Western Ghats is called as the Malnad region, and this Malnad region has a variety of animal resources. The important forest areas of Karnataka having wildlife are coastal region. Okay, coastal region and apart from that Belgavi, Uttara Kannada, Uttara Kannada district also has, and the Sahyadri region has a variety of animal life in Karnataka. Okay, and apart from that, Baba Budangiri range. Which range? Baba Budangiri range and BR Hills, Malai Mahadeshwara Hills, Gopalaswamy Hills. In such regions also we find the vast forest and the animal resources. Okay. Now, in Karnataka has totally 5 national parks. How many national parks Karnataka has? Karnataka has 5 national parks. Karnataka has 5 national parks and 4 bird sanctuaries 4 bird Karnataka has 5 national parks, 4 bird sanctuaries and about 7 5 national parks, 4 bird sanctuaries and 17 wildlife sanctuaries. Okay. Karnataka has 5 national parks, 4 bird sanctuaries and 17 wildlife sanctuaries. So, in total, Karnataka has rich animal resources also along with the forest resources. Dear students, with this we have completed this chapter. Complete your fair and notes and thoroughly read the chapter. Thank you and have a good day.